It's been here with BenThereBetThat.com. I'm going to give you a tutorial of the site just to kind of walk through the functions and show you how quick you can put value plays together. So starting out, I'm going to look at some NFL games that are coming up this Saturday. So you'll select your sport first or your league. I've got some games on Saturdays. You're going to see your games pop up and your times should be in your time zone. And then, so I'm going to select my games for this. I'm going to do both. Then I'm going to look at my props. So you can cherry pick these props if you want them. You can select all, deselect all, select all, unselect items. I'm going to do all just for this example. And then I'm going to load data. So at this point, what it's going to do is it's going to go out to my API and it's going to grab live sports data from 4 major books. So we're looking at FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, and Fanatics. It's going to look at all these lines, put them together, and it's going to come up with a consensus line. It's going to say the under is the best play. My best no-vig, that's saying I'm taking the juice out of the books and saying what is my true win percentage based on Vegas, and is the under or the over the better play? So in this case, this play receptions, Jalen Cooker, the under is the best, and it's taking that no-vig and putting it onto a win percentage. So this is the percentage that it's going to hit. So they're saying 3.17 receptions under. So I can see PrizePicks is at 3. I don't have data for underdogs right now. And you can filter these guys. So if it's dark green, that means there's a big discrepancy. The table's great, guys. If you're on full screen like this, you can kind of slice and dice and look at the books. But guys, honestly, 99% of the time, I use what's called this tap to card view. So I just use my filters and let my system do the math for me. So I'm going to look at, let's put a PrizePicks slip together. Click on PrizePicks EV, right? You'll notice that this slip is now highlighted. Click this tap to view card. And guys, on a mobile phone, this looks really good. But you can see here, now I've got my best play. So I've got Baker Mayfield. Right now, this is my highest discrepancy play. I can see PrizePicks is showing me at 225.5, and we're looking at PrizePicks. And so he's got player passing yards under 225.5. We can see there's a 1-yard advantage over underdog and a 2-yard advantage from Vegas. So this is a great play, guys. Sometimes you'll see the NFL be 6-7 points. Sometimes you get some really good odds. But this is a really good one. I would say anything over a point is pretty solid. Next, you've got Rico Dowell, 55.83, 56.5. They're saying under 55. PrizePicks and Underdog are a little bit off of Vegas, so this is another decent play. Not a ton of value, but it's good. So that's it. If it's red, you're betting the under. If it's blue, you're betting the over. This is another one. So like PrizePicks, this is actually a really good play. PrizePicks is showing 57.5. Vegas is 58. So you got about a half-point advantage. Underdog's at 59.5. I wouldn't touch Underdog in this one. PrizePicks is your play. So notice I've been adding these 3 to my pick tracker. So I'm going to save this slip. Got it. And then I'm going to close it out. So then I'm going to reset my filters. See what the Underdogs is pulling out for us. Tap to card view. Underdog's got Hubbard over 39.5 player. I skipped one step. Sorry, guys. If you're using analytics and you're going to put an underdog slip together, click underdog. It'll automatically, by default, go to PrizePicks. Not critical. All it's going to do, it's going to classify your picks if you care about tracking your picks. If you don't worry about it. Go back to this tap to card slip. I got Hubbard. We're going to go over 39.5. That's a great play. Bucky Irving under 81.5. Huge mismatch off PrizePicks. That's a solid play. And then I'm going to go McMillan. We're going to go over 58.5. So this is just an example, guys. I'm actually going to lock these slips in. Bryce Young. Underdog's got a lot of value there. Great pick. And then Mayfield. I'll probably just save it there. So I'm going to add that one too. So now I've got a PrizePick and an underdog slip. We've got a bunch of filters here. So these are using EV value. Basically, it's saying Vegas is saying the over or the under is the best bet. And then it's PrizePicks. If it's an under, are they higher than the Vegas number? It's going to automatically pull it up for you. If it's an over on Vegas and PrizePicks or underdog has it under that value, great pick. And guys, there's this column info button if you want to just really nerd out that kind of explains what all these filters are. I'm not going to go through it, but you got it there. Next, we've got this point value. So I'm going to reset it. This is essentially looking at anything that's got high discrepancies between Vegas, or discrepancies may not be high. So like you can see, Vegas right now is showing Baker Mayfield under 245.83 yards. PrizePicks at 241. That's a 4-yard difference. Vegas is saying 245 is the under. That's the better play. I'm not touching this, guys. They've juiced this by 4 yards. So you can kind of look at, but you can find some value here too. You can see, some value plays just looking at the differences. And then we've got this high confidence plays. These are going to be like your minus 150, minus 170s. They're going to be your goblins in prize picks or your 0.74 times, lower payout plays at a little bit safer. So you can see here, I got like a 61% no-vig odds of hitting this. Leggett, prize picks has it at a 2. Vegas is saying it's really, really high hit over 1.5. So there's a pretty high chance this is going to hit in prize picks. Again, guys, this is going to be like a goblin. It's going to be a low payout, but it's an option if you want to bet that way. We also have this DFS line difference. So this is going to be where prize picks and underdogs differ. So if we look here, I've got Baker Mayfield. That's Vegas, 241, 243. So this is where you can kind of get some advantage based on your platform differences. So that's kind of the filters model. That's really it, guys. So you can literally come in here and say, I want to look at college football today. I'm going to select all of these. I'm going to go back to today. Today is the 1st. Happy New Year. And then I'm going to select all of these games, and I'm just making a slip for the day right now. Let's just do it real quick. I'm going to slide it. Fetch my data. Let's say we're going to do an underdog play, underdog EV, tap the card. Here's your picks, guys. Pretty easy to do. Start locking them in. So, you can literally make a pick in a matter of minutes. You've got this fact check button here. This is if you want to really nerd out. You can select these items. It's going to give you all your Vegas data. Not going to go into detail. But that's kind of it, guys, at a high level. If you don't trust a certain book, let's say that like Fanatics or BetMGM's just got some off-the-wall picks that's changing your consensus to some weird value, you can always deselect these and they'll take them out of the equation. But that's really it on the page, guys. Pretty simple. Then we've got this pick tracker. This is where if you want to get into your tracking stats. So this is my live tracking stats, guys. I did an experiment starting in December 21st. Today's the 1st. I've been doing it for about 10 days, doing all $5 bets. You can see that I bet $419.34. And then I made my 419 back and then got 153.04 on top of it. So that's where my 36.5% ROI comes in. So these are those 2 slips that we made together. So to get your data updated, I'm going to click on my slip, and you're going to notice that I have all of these values here. So after the game's over, I'm just going to do this and I'll delete it and start over. But let's say that we won the slip. So under 225, so I'm going to do 200. We're going to do under 56. I'm going to do 50. And then over 57, I'm going to say 58, right? So I'm going to submit that. Let's say I bet 5 and I won 30. You're going to notice that my ROI immediately updates and my win percentage. Now, if you guys didn't have time or you didn't click the save slip and you want to do it after the fact, no big deal. Create a manual slip. You can add these. It'll tell you which fields are required. Pick your dates. Pick your sport. You can also do this for regular bet slips. So like on PrizePicks and Underdogs, most states now you can do straight bets. So I'm going to do a regular bet slip. There's no way to add a regular bet slip on the front end right now. You have to do it in the pick tracker. But like last night, I bet on Ohio State to lose. So I could do team A versus B. Pick your date. Today's the 1st. I'm going to do a money line bet. My odds are minus 135. And I'm going to save that. And now you can start tracking actual bets as well, and it's going to put it into your analytics. Now I'm going to delete these because I don't want to screw my real stats up. Delete that. So if you ever want to delete it, you can always do that as well. So you've got an option to manually create slips. If you want to load a ton of slips, guys, I would recommend importing in Excel. So if you'll hit download Excel template, you'll put your slips together in your template. Not super complicated, but it's a little work. And then you're going to import that Excel slip. It'll give you a kind of overview of what your slip looks like, if there's any errors to fix. And if you have any questions on this, you can email me at any time. I'd be happy to do a one-on-one with you guys. And then finally, my favorite part is this analytics. So if you look in the detail, you can see that if you're winning 55% or higher on your individual picks using 5 and 6 man flex in PrizePicks or 3-man straight bets or 5-man flex and underdogs, you're going to be profitable in the long run. You can see here, guys, these are my individual win percentages based on my picks. I'm winning about 56% of the time, which is going to be profitable. Now, you're not going to have this every day. You'll see I have days that I get my ass kicked. But if we look here, I've got my slips. This is my slip win percentage. You can kind of see my pick trends, slip trends. You can see my pick win percentage by sport. Now, guys, I only did one NHL game, so take the 100%, but that's based on one game, so not it's kind of skewed there. But you can see how many wins, how many losses. You can see your earnings trends, so you can see like on the 12th. 22nd, 23rd, 24th, I had a 3-day rough patch, right? But I came back and cleaned up the next day. So overall, you can kind of see where your dollars are going by sport. You can see college football, NFL, I'm smoking it. NBA is kicking my ass right now, but that's about to change today. But that's it, guys. That's kind of the analytics side. This is the search field. I forgot. So you've got this search field. So if I want to search by player name, I can type in Dak Prescott. Here's all my Dak Prescott bets. If I want to search by league, I can type NBA. It's just got a lot of wild cards by sport, by team, by player name. That'll help you find what picks you have. If you want to look at just picks that haven't been completed, click this box. I've got one that's open. I'm going to delete that before it skews my stats up. You can search by the last 24 hours. And this will update your stats too, guys. So if I apply this filter and I look at my analytics now is based on yesterday's performance. So if I look here, this is how I did yesterday. I had 66 or 60% win percentage almost on my individual picks, smoking it yesterday. So you can kind of see that's, date filters, a lot of cool stuff. But yeah, that's really it, guys. Pretty simple once you use it a few times. Sign up today, betterbetthat.com. Use promo code BETTHAT. Get your first month free, $9.99 a month after. You can see on my 10-day sample size there, I've made some money. Use your winnings to pay for your subscription. Really active on Reddit, YouTube. You can always email me at bentherbetthat@gmail.com. Love to answer questions. Good luck today, guys. Sign up today. We'll see you there.